Hi everybody, Jamie Zachary back again from Solex Thermal Science. Today I've brought my friend Stan Pala, who's a global sales director here at Solex, responsible for oil seeds, and I'm interested to talk to you today about heat recovery and whether it's a topic that's coming up with your customers.
To understand this question, we need to look back into the history, and we can say that we installed a fairly large number of heat recovery units, mostly in Europe between 2012 and 2017. And the reason is that in Europe we see that there is a quite high price of energy, respectively steam, and the total investment into Solex equipment plus the total installation, let's say the savings were able to kind of offset that cost.
I see.
And in Europe we've seen quite strong demand on the government side to reduce the CO2 emissions and the energy consumption, and therefore the governments are supporting the projects with the, let's say, with the government subsidies.
Sure, yeah, of course. So before we kind of move forward, I'm interested to learn a little bit more about how heat recovery actually works within one of our systems.
Yeah, oilseeds processing is quite high energy consuming industry, and there are different spots across the, let's say, processing plants that is consuming a lot of steam, but also it means that there is a lot of waste energy, and we can say it's a low grade energy that usually, or in the past, it didn't pay off to recover that energy. And the reason is that the, let's say, the parameters of that energy or that waste heat were pretty low. Like, for example, temperature of the crude oil from the presses at 80 degrees or similar. But with Solex plate technology, and we can say the main reason is the dense heat transfer area, allowing to take that low grade energy, transfer through Solex back into the seeds. And it means that whatever we use or we transfer from the low grade waste heat, it means direct savings on the fresh steam.
Okay, so reduce steam consumption then.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly. Nowadays the interest or let's say the global demand is shifting, and we can see that nowadays the largest activity is happening in North America, and we can say in Canada it will be on canola, and USA will be more about soybean.
Okay.
But at the same time, we can see that because of the price of the energy, let's say Europe compared to North America, for example, we can see like multiple times different price of steam. And obviously, when I was talking that in Europe the payback time was maybe 3 to 4 to 5 years, this is not happening in the USA with the low price of steam. So obviously we are looking, or our clients looking, for another kind of benefits and incentives, let's say, to kind of provide shorter payback time.
Yep.
And the kind of dynamics and the development is that like US government and Canada is introducing the carbon tax.
Of course, yeah.
And it's easy to Google nowadays that, for example, in Canada, till 2030, that price will at least triple. So it means that if we adding the energy or steam savings, then we add maybe the the carbon tax savings. It makes installation of Solex equipment more feasible.
Sure. It's kind of like two birds with one stone.
Exactly, but not only this, because what is happening now on these markets, there is a big demand, let's say, to increase the production. So we see several new greenfield plants being built in Canada and on soybean plants in the USA.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there is a strong demand, let's say, to increase the production capacity of the existing plants. So with installation of Solex with the dense heat transfer area, we can add another benefit, because with Solex we can debottleneck the preparation plant, so we can recover the waste heat.
Yeah.
We can increase the production, and basically those benefits will easily offset the capital investment into Solex.
Wow. So, like you said, carbon accountability, that's really forcing or encouraging oilseeds producers to look at this. You had mentioned obviously high energy costs, but at the same time, if the demand is shifting and there's going to be retrofits happening anyways, it seems like now's kind of like the time to do it, I guess, is why this is happening in North America.
Yes, exactly, because we can see, okay, just the energy savings usually are not enough, let's say, to kind of make a decision and exchange the old, obsolete, inefficient equipment. But once you're increasing the production, obviously it makes sense to look into kind of possibility to recover the waste energy, and all together kind of makes sense to make a decision for the Solex equipment.
That makes sense. All right, so kind of wrapping this up, what are some of the key considerations when considering a heat recovery system?
Right. I would say that each project and each plant kind of needs to be kind of considered individually, because we see the demand with the geographically from different regions, from Africa, from Europe, Asia, North America, South America. So we need to consider the cost of energy. We need to consider today's taxation on CO2 emissions. That's another factor.
Okay.
We need to consider does the plant wants to go through the capacity increase?
Sure.
That would be another factor. What is the existing equipment? Is it obsolete one? Is it very inefficient equipment? So all the factors need to be kind of considered individually, and it will give us a great picture if there is a good time to install the Solex equipment.
Awesome, awesome. Now, of course, there's more information available on the Solex website under the oilseeds section. And if you have any more questions, Stan's available, but of course, reach out to your Solex representative. So.